So, Afghanistan, let's see how well they're doing. Well, as the neighbors, they have Iran, they have Pakistan, they have Turkmenistan, they have Uzbekistan, and they have Tajikistan, and also they have China, which I think is very dangerous in my opinion. Look at this, they have such a small border, but they have it with China in the mountains, so pretty stiff, I would say. But in my opinion, they should give up this whatever blimp this it is to, let's say, Tajikistan and Pakistan, both of them, to pretty much shield them from China, I would say, because I think it's a bit dangerous, especially with what's happened right now in this part of the China with Uyghurs or whatever they call it, where the Soviet Union failed, where the American fail and pretty much NATO fail. China can have a really good image here if they somehow Afghanistan choose to just have some terror attack in China because of what's happened there with their minority population, and China decided, okay, we're gonna invent and actually gonna be that kind, because let's face it, if the United States and the NATO allies, if they wanted to win in Afghanistan, they could did that very easily. So China, they might not be that kind, and probably they're gonna fuck them up really good really fast, so can actually see at the world stage the power of the China and test their military in Afghanistan. And like I say, USSR, Soviet Union failed, American failed, the West, let's say, and Chinese succeed there. That'll be a pretty good PR for them. But now we're gonna talk about the population. Now let's see it. Wow, 43 million people and goddamn rising, and you can see the growing rate is pretty much, I would say, stable in the last few years. Look at this, 1955 only 8.3 million, but now in 2025 43 million people, so it's insane. And keep in mind, there was under the war between, I think, 2001 and 2022 or something like that, I don't remember exactly, but look at this, from 2000 when they have around 20 million people, now they have 40, so they double the population under occupation of the Americans. So that's pretty resistant, I would say. You can have your country at war and you still double the population. That's something, in my opinion. Back then in 1955, the growing rate was about 1.4%. Now it's 2.81, which is insane. That would translate roughly back then in 110,000 people. Now it's 1.2 million people every single fucking year, which is insane. Migrants back then minus 7,000. Now it's minus 74,000. Oh, good luck with that. Median age back then 18 years old. Now 17. So actually drop it, which is insane again. Fertility rate said nonsense. 7.37 nonsense. And now it's 4.6, still nonsense. Urban population, look at this, 7.1% back then, and now 26. So clearly they civilized a bit, 26%. But look at the future. 2050, 76 million people. Growing rate 1.9%. That will translate roughly 1.3 million people entering this world in this country, and a net migration of about minus 123,000. They have some years, they say they're gonna have some plus, but I don't know how they exactly you're gonna make those numbers actually accurate, but hey, it's just numbers. Median age 23 years old, so yeah, very old for this country, but pretty much very new for the rest of the world. And you have a young population, a huge one in a country that doesn't offer that much, so that's gonna be great. Fertility rate, they go down to around 3.1, which is still extremely high, but much more manageable. Probably by the end of the century they're gonna end up around 100 million people, which is insane. That's gonna be like top 20 today. Who knows what's gonna be in 2050. Urban population 33%, so yeah, they're clearly going up in that trajectory. Now, life expectancy 66 years old, not bad actually. Females 68 and males 65, pretty close to each other, so good for them. Infant mortality rate 41.4, and death under age of 5 52.9. So those are, there's no medical system pretty much there, that's what I can say. Now look at the pyramid, pretty much it's an arrow, just got straight up, and they have a huge surplus in male population, so I have no idea how they're gonna manage that, but hey, maybe they have some new technique that the Western world doesn't know. Economy, look at this. Oh my god. GDP, 14 billion US dollars. That would translate nominal. Roughly in PPP is going to be 67 billion US dollars. Insane. Per capita, $364 for God's sake. And I'll be translating PPP around $1,674. How can survive with that? How can make anything work? How can build those things with that kind of money? It's insane in my opinion. There is no way that this. No, I don't see it. How can it work? And the corruption. Look at this. Afghanistan 17 scores, and still going down -3. So, yeah, this one. No, I don't see it. And yeah, the recent history. Yeah, there's pretty much independence in that region for a few hundred of years. So yeah, they doing decently, let's say. But that's. I'm not interested in that. Let's see how those people actually live, because it's kind of insane. Hopefully we have some 360s from the American troops. So let's see how actually they're doing there. Landscape wise, pretty nice. Everybody knows who sees some pictures from this country. Pretty good. Not bad at all. You can see. It was a shame how they got out from this country, the Western troops, the Western military, but guess it is what it is. Oh! What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Yeah, it's some fucked up buildings. Not that much interesting. Look, at least we have a border, so yeah. Good luck with that. Like I said, that China border there, I think it worries me the most. Especially from the future with them, but hey, it's gonna be a risk. They have to take it. Let's see if we have some 360 here in the mount. There is a mountain area, so it's gonna be insanely hard to invade. But when about China, and China doesn't play by, let's say, the rules that the Western plays. Let's check this 360. It's outside the border, but still very close to it, so you can have a actually idea. Oh, pretty nice. Look at this. So they have some flat lines where then I can actually invade. And I'm not sure who the fuck is gonna protect this border right here. And it's pretty much nothing there, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting topic here. Have this limp right here. It can actually join with China. That would be interesting to see. But yeah, now I'm speculating. Obviously, I'm not saying China is gonna invade Afghanistan tomorrow or stuff like that. Let's check this one, because in Afghanistan it's not that much, so at least we have some idea here roughly. So that's right there. It's Afghanistan here. I didn't check exactly which part it is, but still. Yeah. I would say pretty tough. Now let's see the country. Let's see what we can see. But yeah, there is a very, very dangerous border right there, I would say. But maybe they don't see it how I see it. But we will see in the future. Now, look at this. Just freaking paradise right here. And this is just 2,000 meters. The country is much higher. They have much higher elevation. It looks amazing. Look at this. Just out of the, I don't know, guiding tour, whatever. Shame for this country that has to be like that, but the landscape, whew. If you were being sending there as a military and you didn't fear for your life and you see those kind of landscape, whew, that's a pretty nice place to go, I would say. Hopefully you're not getting shot. Yeah, actually some area landscape wise, amazing. Now the urban area, clearly you're not gonna have that many 360, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with what we have here. Hopefully it's gonna be from outside. Yes, from outside. Yeah, this building looks pretty new, I would say, but clearly it's not well maintained. The road, whatever, sidewalk is missing right there, and it looks like one of those main buildings. Yeah, doesn't honor him that well, but those are nice trees. You can pick inside this house. Yeah, not that well, obviously. I mean, 20 years of war, for God's sake, and just barely ended. So yeah, who knows how long it's gonna be. The next one is gonna start. So yeah, we get some short images, I would say. Oh, look at this, a Toyota. So how they can afford a car like this with $300? I don't know. Maybe they have some other stuff here. Yeah, it's actually a pretty big country, Afghanistan. I didn't see it so far, let's say in detail, but the country is pretty big. I expected it to be much smaller, so yeah. I mean, look at this, Kabul Medical University. Where is the hospital? We saw those numbers in death from the people under age of 5, and infant mortality rate was extremely high, so maybe they just start the medical system, who knows. Those are some expensive cars. I don't know, I have no idea how they build this. Look at this, those are communist apartments. How they build those and how they can afford those cars with that $300 per capita. It's insane. Maybe it's a lot of things that I'm missing, who knows, but maybe they go working again outside the borders, who knows, and they make the money there. But the life looks, oh my god, look at this one here. It looks like probably the old town, I would say, or something much more breathable. As you can see, with nice mountains, nice view. But here with the shithole, look at this, it's just insanely crowded. Jam it. My god, look at this, how big it is. Those houses doesn't look that well. Why the fuck you want to live in this side when you can live much better on this side? Beats me, but maybe it's just me, who knows. This is Kabul, I think, I'm not sure, but it looks like that. And keep in mind, more than 40 million people. keep remembering this number when you see this 360s here. Clearly not that many. I don't think we have a street view. Let me check those, but I don't think we have a street view. Oh, this one looks pretty decent. Yeah, pretty decent. So clearly the Americans, what year is it? Let me check the year. They preserved some areas, so wasn't bombing everything. This is 2017, so clearly the American troops are still here. The American troops, the NATO troops, the Western world troops. And this is the famous airport when they actually have those video when people just climbing on the plane while it's moving. Yeah, I don't know what those guys doing there. Pretty big fountains. Yeah, I have to say, huge city. I don't know exactly how many people living there, but oh my god, look at this house. It's insanely big. It's a house or no, it's a house. It's an apartment building, but no, it's a house. Yeah, it doesn't look that well in my opinion, just. But for a country that, like I said, last 20 years at war, phew, and there is something. Oh, that's a nice Toyota. Oof, I like those. The road looks pretty good, I have to say. Surprisingly good in this area. Let me check other area. I don't know exactly where those fighting was, where they actually fight the most, in which part of the country. But Kabul, from what I understand, was a pretty hot zone. Let's have some sheep here or some goats. I have no idea. This is 2,100 meters elevation, so pretty high. They have a car there. Ooh, I like better those housing. Those house I think it's better. It's a shame we don't have that main 360, but those house make from dirt or whatever they make, and I think it's better than just the living in those huge concrete apartments. I think that is better. Ooh, they have some karate course or whatever. This is Zumba. They have Zumba in Afghanistan, and that's the gym right there. Well, at least they have something. It's better than nothing. It's gonna be outside. Oh, they have some solar panels. Okay, pretty advanced tech so far. Shame that they don't have that many 360s, I would say that, but can you imagine the tourism here. I don't think they're gonna open for the tourists, especially from the western one, pretty soon. But whoa, a lot of Toyota. Those are expensive cars, by the way. So clearly, those even more expensive. Probably they get a lot of funding from other states that they are sympathized with their cause, like Saudi Arabia or whatever. I'm not sure. Clearly, I heard that a lot of those Toyota cars came from Saudi Arabia, so clearly they have some joint program there, I would say. Oh, those are nice old cars. Those are pretty much gunmen. Look at this, everyone has a gun here. And this one have a mobile phone. Well, it looks pretty good here, but I don't know about those guys with the weapons. So if you go there as a tourist and you encounter guys like this, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get out of that situation. And keep in mind, by the corruption index, an extremely corrupt one. So who knows? You could go either way. So far, again, with those countries in this region that I check, and this is gonna be the last one in this region because we check all of them. The landscape are pretty nice, I have to say. I would like to make a video maybe in the future when I just pretty much imagine all this region without human touch, just no buildings, no civilization, no nothing in that region. It's just the landscape. Probably is gonna be a much better place, 100%. Those are extremely expensive cars. Those guys has to work from some government or something like that. I don't know, but those are extremely expensive cars. At least that's a Toyota, I think, or a Lexus. I don't know exactly, but that you can afford. Not even in Europe you can afford something like that. So yeah, it is something happening there, 100%. Let's check this one. Yeah, living in the same rules apply for those third world countries. If you live in an urban area, good luck with that. You'll be better off living in a countryside, in a small village, I would say, from the perspective of living. Yeah, you're gonna lack a lot of, I don't know exactly how well the medical system clearly is not, but how much better it is here in the urban area. Probably better than the countryside, but still better have, like, say, a short and good life than a long and miserable one. That's my motto, I would say. Look at it, this is pretty nice. So yeah, again, landscape in the mountains. There is a lot long country, by the way, I have to say that too. I don't see that many lakes also. I don't think they have lakes. Do they have lakes here? Maybe the very small ones, but not something extremely huge. So I'm not sure they have like a water. Look at this landscape, pretty nice. They have a lot of mountains with the snow, so I don't think, and probably a lot of rivers, so I don't think they have a huge problem with water, I would say. But with that insanely big population, it's gotta be some problem, 100%. There's no way you can just pretend that doesn't exist. A lot of shoes here. Probably they let the shoes out when they walk in. I'm not sure what those guys are selling here. Those are cigars or what? What are those? These are Facebook, whatever. What exactly they sell? Electronics, maybe? Yeah, here it's electronics. Maybe phone. I have no idea what is this huge TV. What is that? They have a glass door, so that's expensive, I guess. For 350 whatever dollars per year. That's gonna cost more. Wow, this building is pretty interesting. I like those, not exactly columns, whatever they call it. I don't know why they have barbed wires here, but at least we don't see guns here for whatever reason. I never understand those uniforms or those outfits, let's say. Looks very cozy, but I don't know. It feels a bit weird from the Western perspective, I would say. Ooh, on the top of the mountain. Yeah, like I said, the landscape, it is pretty nice, but what worries me is that border with China and that growing population. That's number one, those two, I would say. And then the economy. Oh, that's a nice bike. Then the economy also worries me because you have a lot of people in a not small area. Afghanistan, it's a huge country, but in the we can see in Kabul, I have no idea how many people actually living there, but it's gonna be at least 5 million, if not even more. I don't think they have a very good idea how many people actually are in the country. But the road, it looks pretty good. Oh my god, look at this guy on the bike, no helmet, good road. It's just biker paradise here. Biker paradise right there. So they have some decent roads. I think they have that highway, whatever it is. I think that was built by the ex-government, whatever they call it, the former government. Probably they collaborate with the US, with the Western powers, but yeah, it's a strange country. Like I said, the landscape, top notch. Anything else? Not that well. Let's put it like that. Not that well. Ooh, those houses are pretty nice. Look at this. It's better to have houses like this. It looks like hotels here, whatever. What the fuck? It's better to live in a house like this, I think. Make of the, like I said, dirt. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a much better house. But a big one. You can actually have some room in it, not just, those are from tourists, I think, but I'm not sure. If the Afghanistan is open for tourists, I don't think so. That fast? Nah, I don't think so. Or maybe it was the Western occupation, who knows. This is 2024, so very recently. Ooh, history sites here. It's a mountain country, so some area it's easier to invade, I would say, with these low grounds, but pretty much all over the place mountain country, so that's why probably a lot of military powers fail to take the country. Yeah, it is. Okay, landscape wise, I have to say it a lot of times. Again, this guy. But anything else? Not that well, I would say. Doesn't look too pleasing to me. Yeah, again, this one from the start. I wish I have more pictures from here in the mountains. This area is gonna be much better. Let's check from the neighbors what we can see. They have some glacier lakes, I think, whatever that is there. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Mountains, 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 mountains. And it looks absolutely great. And they have some lakes here. Look at this, small ones, but they have it. I don't know why they have that border with China. Why they want to keep it, but like I say, I don't see them well in the future with that border right there. It's too close. Oh, this is from Afghanistan. Okay, it's right on the base of the mountain. Probably somebody just crossed it because, yeah, I don't think there is a border patrol or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but oh, this is a nice plane here. And those are expensive cars, by the way. But this is Afghanistan. And look at the mountains. Come on. Just nice, 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 as you can see. Oh, that's the air track, whatever they call it. That's the border, this line here, right? This is how they make their borders. That's line there. Not really, the line is on the river, so yeah, I don't see that hard to just cross the river and that's it. You're in Afghanistan now. You got to enjoy it. This one right there on the cross, so on the cross of the river is gonna be Afghanistan. That's gonna be nice to check. So there it's Afghanistan. You just cross the river and that's it. Yeah, I'm not sure how well they protect the border in these countries. Probably not that well. There's not much interest also. I can understand that. Let me check this one. Kind of makes sense. You don't have to worry that much. So what's the point? Look at this. You just jump on the other side. That's it. We are Afghanistan. Shit. Yeah, somebody just have a road here that goes around Afghanistan. Probably they use it at some point for whatever supply line, whatever they need it. Overall, I would say pretty... That's a gun? Yeah, that's a gun. That's definitely a gun. Pretty interesting country for the landscape wise. Anything else? Yeah, if we involve humans in any way, shape or form, it's not gonna be that well, just the way it is. Those looks like a playground or a training camp, probably. Who knows? And this is from 2017, so the Western power was here present. Yeah. What can I say? Probably not that much. And the Kabul is pretty much close to the mountain area, so it's one of those high elevation cities. Oh, they have computers. That's good stuff here. I didn't imagine they have that on the wartime. This is 2018, so probably from the Western. Yeah, now it makes sense. It was from the Western powers. Almost 2000 meters here, and looks like pretty much a level town, but it's not. Oh, we have a dock here. Not a worry in the world. Yeah, I don't think they bombed that heavy here. It's not like we saw in Syria. You remember when I made that Syria video when you see all those buildings just getting fucked up? I don't think we see them here. A lot of garbage here. Okay, we got that too. Yeah, those apartment buildings fucked up big time. I had no idea what's happening here. Oh my god. Damn. This is the poor side. I'm not sure they have a rich. They have to have a rich side of the town. There's no way they're gonna have only poor sides, but that was definitely a very poor one. Yeah, remember when I made those videos in Syria and we saw those buildings just getting fucked up left and right, and here it doesn't look like that. Yeah, this doesn't make anything good, but they have some glass there, which is pretty expensive. I would say a Toyota. We have a Toyota car. And the road here, it's pretty decent. I was look at this. It's a concrete road. It's gonna last forever. This building on the background looks pretty nice too. Oh, they have a lake here. That's even better. No 360 there, unfortunately. Oh no, we have one. Let's see the lake. Right on the hill. Perfect. Some nice bike. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I have no idea how they can afford to build anything there with that kind of money. Seriously, there's no way. Have such a low economy, but maybe the numbers are not exactly right. Maybe I think we saw that. That's why I'm clicking out. I cannot imagine somebody just having like $300 nominal and doing. Okay, this guy is so powerful, and doing anything with that kind of money. Just I don't. How much the purchasing power can you have in your country to actually support yourself with $300 per year? And usually it's less than that actually money, because this is how it works. So yeah, just no for me. Pretty good here too. Again, those outfits, don't get them, just me. Oh, they have a lake here. Okay, so they have some green areas, they have some lakes. This is an urban area, I would say, which you don't have a 360, but it looks pretty good from above, I have to say. Unfortunately, I can't check anything. Oh, we have a 360 here, maybe this one. Oh, another two there. Let's see how they look. Yeah, pretty good. Look at this. Nice roads. It's a brand new one. A nice river. A dam here for the power. A nice Toyota cars. They're doing pretty well here, I would say. Even the housing, look at this. They're just pretty much a bit jam in some areas, but decently spread out. And those are agricultural plains, so they're probably doing better there. Yeah, I have no idea. From when I check, I don't remember exactly. A few years ago, I think I checked the powers. See how many Talibans are, because this is where they, with whom they fighting, the Western powers, and was like 70,000 Talibans in the country. So like, what? You have a that big of the big, such a small of the army comparison with the Western powers, and somehow they won. Good for them, I guess, in that regards. But like I said, if the Western power wants to win a war, they just go there and win it 100%. It's just no doubt about that. There was other factor involved, but I was amazed. Like I was thinking, like especially with the when they start with 20 million people, and now 40 something million people, I expected to be a much bigger army, resistance, whatever you want to call it, terrorist group, whatever. When you talk about Taliban's, I thought it was gonna be at least a million, but maybe the numbers was wrong, what I checked, but they say around uh, 70,000 of them, which is, like I say, extremely low in my opinion, but it is what it is. What can I say? I will check that. I wanna see this road here. Oh no, it's not a road, it's a river. Very interesting. I have water from somewhere to someone. I exactly don't see a river where they actually go to, but yeah, it's a pretty huge one. Oh, they have a street view. Nah, we don't. It was false alarm. Yeah, I think we have a good idea how to expect in Afghanistan. The landscape, top notch. Everything else is pretty much missing. It's not even remotely ready for tourism, in my opinion, especially with the Western troops pretty much left 100% from there entirely. China, huge point of interest there. Like I say, I am worried about them with the China borders, but yeah, I'm not sure how they're gonna cope with that. And one step in the wrong direction, and China is not gonna be so kind as we were there. So yeah, keep an eye on that, I would say. But otherwise, landscape pretty nice, I have to say. And look at this. Like I said, it's a small part of the border here with China. Look at this, Afghanistan and China. So yeah, and it's in a mountain area, so it's not gonna be easy to invade in these regions, but still, there is that risk right there. And we can actually have to deal with them. Yeah, it's a choking point here, but if somehow Chinese troops goes above here and they have a very solid supply line, the Kabul is not that far away, I would say. So yeah, that's gonna be some problems, I would say. But hey, American was invading this country from miles away, thousands of miles away, with no border whatsoever. So maybe China, especially they have an airspace here. They don't have to have landing groups. They have the airspace clear path from here. So that's also gonna be something interesting to see. Yeah, now I just speculated, obviously, but I think there's gonna be some problem in the future with this border. And like I said, what has happened in this northwest of China region, in Changchang region, Xinjiang, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that, but yeah, overall, huge, insanely big population, nonsense population. You cannot sustain that. Fertility rate, nonsense. Medical system doesn't exist. Economy, they don't have one. And corruption highest as possible. Yeah, doesn't seem a bright future for them, but hey, it's a different civilization, different values. I could be wrong, we're gonna see that in the future, but also the border with China, like I mentioned it, doesn't look good for them, I would say. Yeah, I don't think they have YouTube in Afghanistan, or at least access to it, so I'm not gonna call anyone out. Just tell me exactly what's happening there. Maybe someone from America who was servicing there, or somebody from NATO troops like Europe or Canada, who we go there and we saw how actually those people live. That would be from someone like that. It would be interesting to hear it, but from someone actually live there, I don't think they're gonna watch those videos at least. So yeah. Otherwise, like I say, the only thing that they have for them right there, and especially in those region entirely, not just in Afghanistan, all those region right here, it's pretty good landscape, which is good. At least they have that. So next video is gonna be North Korea, so we can actually finish this region today, and also this east region right here. And I'm realizing that I didn't make that detailed videos about those China videos, Russia, US, but at some point, like I said, I'm gonna go back and make them better.